Modern America is far more a product of the post-Civil War Reconstruction era than it was a product of the founding generation's original constitutional vision. And a great example of this can be seen as something called the Freedmen's Bureau. Now, the Freedmen's Bureau was created in 1865 after the passage of the 13th Amendment, because when the 13th Amendment was issued, all of a sudden you had a massive amount of about 4 million freed and formerly enslaved people, we call freedmen here, and they had no land. They had no food, they had no jobs. They really had not had much of an education at this point. That, by the way, does not mean that they're all uneducated. There's a very large population of educated, both formerly enslaved and freed Black people that are going to become leaders within the communities. But the radical Republicans realized was that they were going to need assistance, because while they were skilled farmers and while they were intelligent humans, the freed people didn't have the generational background that would have helped support them in this freedom experiment. So they created the Freedmen's Bureau. This is the first federal effort to directly support anybody. This is why it's such a big radical step, because now the federal government is taking it upon themselves, not the state governments, not local governments, the federal government is taking it upon themselves to directly support a population of people. I mean, think about the impact of that. That's going to lead to things like Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid and all this other federal programs that we now take for granted and really consider important. All stems back to the Freedmen's Bureau. Agents of the Freedmen's Bureau are going to help the formerly enslaved populations negotiate labor contracts, oftentimes with the very same white landowners that had enslaved them. Those white landowners are going to resist, and we're going to see how later. They're going to provide medicine. They're going to provide food, right? They're going to help build schools. They're going to help these formerly enslaved peoples whose families had been ripped apart by those enslavers, help them find their family members that had been sold away. And they're also going to help legalize marriages. Thought I was going to say something different. Okay, more later.